Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I came across Lisa Pepez today doing a VR. I don't remember whose VR it was started out being that she did a VR to, but I will make it right in the description below after the video uploads. But it was living in tarot, and then hashtag I live in tarot or something like that. It's basically what decks of yours would you live in? And I thought about it all day, and I'm like, well, and I immediately thought of like the zombie tarot because it's Halloween. My brain is Halloweeny. I thought of the zombie tarot. I'm like, no, then I'd be fighting for my life my entire life, the whole deck. So that was out, and then I got to thinking of decks that I could just be leisure in and hang out in and just kind of converse with people or not. So that's kind of the direction I went. So there's not really any harsh decks in here, nor are there really like dark decks, because that would be, you'd have to face your darkness all the time. It's like facing your worst fears all the time, and that would be not pleasant. So, yeah, there are some here that are animal decks, and then there's some that are not. But I got 12 decks here. I narrowed it down. I had more. I took some out because they could be interchangeable. Well, we'll just go with the first one here. It is my Oak Ash and Thorn. Oak Ash and Thorn. And it could be interchangeable with the Socats Tarot, which I love. It can be interchangeable with the Smoke Ash and Embers, which is their dragon deck. I don't know why they're all swished around. That's weird. But this is a gorgeous deck, and it's the very first deck I thought of because it's very leisurely. Sorry. My phone just decided to let somebody call, but there's no reason. This is the first deck, especially like images like this, I thought of that's very leisure, very just whimsical, not really even whimsical, but more just sweet and nice, and I mean, they got hearts on all their butts and tails, for crying out loud. But seeing these sunsets every day, or coming across these animals that have this wisdom to them, this knowledge, the secret, seems like secret knowledge. It's very beautiful and very sweet. And for that reason, I would love to be in this deck. This is the first Adam Oehler's deck I have. The Smoke Ash and Embers came next. That's my favorite card in this deck right here. I can totally picture that being me sitting there. And then he did a Soul Cats with Barbara Moore, I want to say. That's mass market. This is, hold on. Yeah, it's three trees tarot. This was the deck that made me fall in love with his artwork. Look at those flowers. I mean, I could see myself laying in those field of flowers. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous deck, and I love it to pieces. Look at that death card. It's one of my... Those three are interchangeable with each other, so like any one of them three could have been in this video. Look at that. And I've said it before, like in the dragon deck, you could just walk up on them, see myself walking up on them, and just taking a walk leisurely and walking up on these creatures or these dragons or whatever the case may be. It's just beautiful, and I love it. So there's that. I gushed enough about that deck. 44 minutes in. So next would be the Herb Crafters Tarot. And it's just because I could see myself living on some beachy island. I want to say not Connecticut, but like Nantucket. Where in the summertime I'm collecting flowers, in the wintertime I'm snowed in, but I'm brewing things and collecting things. Like this would be a cute little house on Nantucket. And I can totally see myself harvesting all these, and this would be my like job, like just harvesting and planting and just doing all these things, and it would be very leisurely, very sweet, very calm, and then baking every now and then. I just totally see myself in this deck. And I love that, love that, love that. So yeah, that is, I love it. I don't know why this deck is one of the decks that calms me. Look at that death card, beautiful, beautiful. But I could totally see myself in this deck, just hanging out with the Mortal Pestle, just doing my thing. So that is the Herb Crafter's Tarot. Next we have, this box is beat up, Universal Celtic Tarot, and this is because I feel a kinship with this deck. It was cheap. It's a low scare barrel deck. Yeah, there's the extra cards. I feel a kinship with it, but at the same time, I feel like I almost a past life situation going on here, which is why I feel like there's such a kinship with this deck. It's gorgeous. I love the colors in it. There's dragons in it. It's beautiful. And maybe it is a past life thing, why I love this deck so much. Maybe it's the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords in it is one of my top 2 favorites ever. Love this Empress. It's just a beautiful deck. And I can totally see myself crafting spells or whatever in this world. And I love it. So that is the Universal Celtic Tarot by Los Scarabaro. Next we have, this is the Key Tarot. And these are in no particular order. This was a Kickstarter that I didn't get on Kickstarter, but I love it. I love it. It's got nice gold gilding. It's beautiful. But it's almost like it's a reality. Like it is reality. And that's probably part of why I chose it. That and the next deck I'm going to show you, they tend to have like the same energy to me. And there's this, I don't know, this energy to it that it's like, it's an alternate world. It is a world that exists, just an alternate world, and it would be cool to go there. And I've totally seen this image, minus the cups, in meditations I've had. I've seen quite a bit of this, actually, this deck in meditations I've had, but maybe this is an alternate world where people have powers, and it's just, and like that, like, come on, I could see myself in the cards, sitting there in the woods, or hanging out on the dock, or riding that horse. It's beautiful. And that's why I chose it. And then the next deck, same reason. It is my Super Lunaris Tarot. Same exact reason. They have almost to me the exact same energy, even as the Key Tarot. This beautiful rose gold gilding. This is the first edition. That was also a Kickstarter. But I love the images in it. I love the art. There again, the death card. Like I could totally see myself on the other end of this, having a conversation with him. Maybe actually we have a pizza joint that kind of looks like that. And then her like controlling the wind is beautiful. And then this looks like Game of Thrones kind of stuff. But I could see myself immersed in this deck. Love that card. I can see myself in this deck. It is very Rider-Waite-Smith, but there's also these stunning, otherworldly, maybe that's Egypt, who knows. But it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. I love this tower. Queen of Swords, look at that. Like, I totally see that as me, watching my ship come in. Totally beautiful, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. But it's the same, I have the same vibes as I do from the Key Tarot. Like, this is just an alternate world that I need to go visit. So next we have, this is the Wildwood Tarot. I don't use it that often. Love the backs, love the green. Again, this is more about the landscape to me and the animals in it. That I would love to, like, be a witchy lady in the woods, and this is my pond. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's beautiful in that sense that I would be part of the wildlings of this deck, and that's what I see in this deck here. It's beautiful, and a lot of it is animals, and that's why. And the people that you do see in it are more these wildling creatures or beings that are just, they're very simple in their world. And I love it. Love it. So that is the Wildwood Tarot. Got a few more. We have the Gaian Tarot. I bet you it and trimmed it. This is the backs. And it is more a, like, real life. Looks like a real life deck to me. With the animals. I've done these, like, there's so many things in here that just, it looks real to me. And I love this deck. It's so beautiful. It's so sweet. Not that tower card, but yeah, like, he's surfing. Like, totally see this as a deck that I'm immersed in and hanging out in and talking to people in. Like, there I am meditating right there. Like, totally see that on a frozen lake. Yeah, it's beautiful. And totally see myself in this deck as well. So that is the Gaian Tarot. And I am moving right along. I have 5 decks left. This deck, the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. This is by Taroteca Studio. I just got a new one that came out that I want. Slavic Tarot. That's the misspelled High Priestess in it. That's there's the Slavic Tarot. It just came out. I think it's still on pre-order. It was supposed to come out 2021. It's coming out now. And it's October 2022. This deck is stunning. Stunning. And yeah, like, there's different places in the suits. Like, the wands are my favorite in this deck. Like, he's on a rhino. They're in Africa. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then here we got this, like, British landscape in England or somewhere like that. And then we got the cups that they're near the water. Just, I could go almost like all these different cultures and countries are in one, crammed into one deck, and I love it. I love that Two of Pentacles, 2 coins. It's one of my favorite cards in there. But it's a gorgeous deck, and I love it, and totally not hang out in that card, the 5 of Swords, but I would hang out in the rest of the deck. It's gorgeous. I love this Tower card. It's stunning. Stunning deck. Stunning. I mean, I would totally hang out with the Hermit here. Beautiful. Beautiful. I would totally hang out in the wands in this deck. It's just, they're gorgeous. And I usually don't like the wands. And I would hang out with this Empress. I always say I can hear the wheat moving behind her in this deck. And then the Lover's card is the reason why I bought this deck. But there's so many others. And then this Chariot. Stunning. Stunning deck. It's gorgeous. Why would I not want to hang out in a gorgeous deck? I would. And it doesn't give me a serious vibe, but it doesn't come off as childish either. And then we have the Meraki Tarot. I actually got this on Kickstarter. Maybe not on Kickstarter. Maybe I think I ordered it after the Kickstarter ended. But I do have the second edition pre-ordered on Kickstarter. It comes with a satin black edging, matte black edging. Deck is gorgeous. It's all animal deck. And again, it's one of those that's very sweet and tender. And I love, this is my favorite death card ever. And the death card just keeps popping up today. Creepy. But yeah, it's a gorgeous. I would be in this deck just for the skies. The skies and the sunsets in this deck are to die for. No pun intended. I love the aspen trees here. Even though it's like the Five of Pentacles, it's a bad card. Normally, it's still in the sunsets or sunrise. Yeah, the Eight of Wands. Why I bought this deck is this umbrellas. It is gorgeous. It has a border, a slight border on it, but I don't mind these borders. The skies are just stunning. And then we got the new one coming out, doesn't have borders, and the coloring is a little bit lighter in a lot of the cards. Love these white trees. Love this Lovers card. It's one of my favorites. I would love to just hang out with these animals and be like the only person around hanging out with them. That would be so cool. So that's the Meraki Tarot. We have 3 decks left. The Forest Creatures Tarot. Now, I have several fairy decks. Most of them are dark. I chose this one, and there's only 1 or 2 that I would actually consider living inside the deck. And this one went out just because it's so freaking stunning. The cards are huge, by the way. They're huge. Excuse my bloody finger. I had several paper cuts at the end of the day today at work. But yeah, I can't even get them all in the frame. Let me scooch that out a little. Yeah, they're huge cards. I love the cardstock on them, but they are stunning cards. And if I'm going to learn how to be a fairy from the fairies, I love this Chariot. And I totally forgot to add that in my Chariots cards. I love the Sun card here. This is, if I'm going to learn how to be a fairy, this is the deck I want to learn from. Learn how to be a fairy from. It's stunning. Stunning deck. It's gorgeous. They're very playful. They're very fun. They're very shy sometimes. But when they need to be all business, they are. And that's how I feel about this deck. Is when it needs to be all business, it can be. But for the most part, they're like, we just enjoy life and are simple. And here we are. Here we are. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. And I love it to pieces. That is from Taroko Studios, not to be confused with the Element of Wisdom that's from Taroteca Studio. So that is, we got 2 left. So this is, and these 2 I probably should go show together. Because they are my top 2, number 1 and number 2 decks of all time. If I could not have any other decks but these 2, it would be the Lightseers and the Bonestone and Earthflush Tarot. These are my 2 gets. These are my 2 go-tos. And this is the mass market version. I was not around tarot when the Kickstarter hit for the Lightseers, but I did Edge It in Teal. This, of course, is an indie deck. It's out of print. Sorry. There's beautiful red gilding on the side. The cardstock is amazing. And I'm showing these together because these 2 decks have, I've said it a million times, almost the exact same energy. One is more, there's something that is slightly different. I mean, a hair's breadth difference from this deck to this deck. The Lightseers is my number 1. Forever and ever will be my number 1. Has been my number 1 since I got it. It got me through the heat of the pandemic. When I was jobless, pretty much. And then the Bonestone and Earthflush Tarot I've used mediumistically, so I've used it slightly different than I do my Lightseers. But these are the 2 decks that have changed my perspective on so many things that these could never not be my top 2 decks, ever. And if I'm going to live in any world, it's going to be these 2. Because they're stunningly beautiful, and they help you march to the beat of your own drum, or help you be who you are meant to be. And I love that about these decks, and I would not want to live in in reality, this video could have been very short because it could have been just these 2 decks. This is my favorite Eight of Swords ever. It helped me come to terms with a lot of things in my life, and which is why this is my number 1 deck. And then my number 2, of course, is the Bone Stone Earthflush Tarot. They're both stunning. And yeah, this guy right here, it's just like, it makes me think of this as a more mystical deck, the Bone Stone Earthflush Tarot. I feel like I'm going into another dimension, and he's this little dude in this other dimension offering me his wares. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But these are my tarot decks that I would live in. I didn't put any Oracle in here just because I had enough with the tarot. And look, there's a Chariot and the Chariot. My favorite chariot. One of my favorite chariots right there. But yeah, that is my tag to Lisa Pepez. Will be I'll put her link and the other person's link that started it below. It is Living in Tarot. Let me see you guys. What decks would you guys live in? But that's the decks I would live in. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good night. Bye.